Hi guys, today we're going to be looking at Journey's Grade 2, Lesson 23. Our title is The Goat in the Rug by Geraldine, as told to Charles L. Blood and Martin Link, illustrated by Nancy Winslow Parker. And today we're going to be looking at part 1 of the story. When we're finished, you're going to take a quick quiz, so make sure you're following along and listening carefully. The Goat in the Rug by Geraldine. This text is a narrative nonfiction story. It's going to tell a true story about a topic. As we read, we're looking for a setting that is real, events in time order, facts, and information. Make sure you have your Journeys textbook ready on page 278. Get ready to read, follow along, and listen to part 1 of our story. My name is Geraldine, and I live near a place called Window Rock with my Navajo friend, Glen May. It's called Window Rock because it has a big round hole in it that looks like a window open to the sky. Glen May is called Glen May most of the time because it's easier to say than her Indian name, Gli Nash Ba. In English, that means something like female warrior, but she's really a Navajo weaver. I guess that's why one day she decided to weave me into a rug. I remember it was a warm, sunny afternoon. Glen May had spent most of the morning sharpening a large pair of scissors. I had no idea what she was going to use them for, but it didn't take me long to find out. Before I knew what was happening, I was on the ground, and Glen May was clipping off my wool in great long strands. It's called mohair, really. It didn't hurt at all, but I admit I kicked up my heels some. I'm very ticklish for a goat. I might have looked a little naked and silly afterwards, but my, did I feel nice and cool. So I decided to stick around and see what would happen next. The first thing Glen May did was chop up roots from a yucca plant. The roots made a soapy, rich lather when she mixed them with water. She washed my wool in the suds until it was clean and white. After that, a little bit of me, you might say, was hung up in the sun to dry. When my wool was dry, Glen May took out 2 large square combs with many teeth. By combing my wool between these carding combs, as they're called, she removed any bits of twigs or burrs and straightened out the fibers. She told me it helped make a smoother yarn for spinning. Then Glen May carefully started to spin my wool, one small bundle at a time, into yarn. I was beginning to find out it takes a long while to make a Navajo rug. Again and again, Glen May twisted and pulled the yarn. Then she spun it around a long, thin stick called a spindle. As she twisted and pulled and spun, the finer, stronger, and smoother the yarn became. A few days later, Glen May and I went for a walk. She said we were going to find some special plants she would use to make dye. I didn't know what dye meant, but it sounded like a picnic to me. I do love to eat plants. That's what got me into trouble. When Glen May was out looking for more plants, I ate every one she had already collected in her bucket. Delicious. The next day, Glen May made me stay home while she walked miles to a store. She said the dye she could buy wasn't the same as the kind she makes from plants, but since I'd made such a pig of myself, it would have to do. We're going to stop part 1 right here for today. Get ready to take the part 1 quiz. Remember, you can look back at the text or rewatch the video if you are unsure of your answer.